Why don't cars ever get lost? Because they always follow the roadmap. Welcome to our journey back to the 70s, a time of bell-bottom jeans, disco music, and some truly unique cars. The 70s were a time when the automobile industry was experimenting with style and performance, giving birth to some truly unique yet lesser-known models. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the AMC Hornet SC 360. This compact car from American Motors Corporation, or AMC, wasn't just another small car on the road. It had a sporty version that featured a V8 engine, transforming it from a simple daily driver into a compact powerhouse. With its solid performance and compact size, the Hornet SC 360 was a car that could zip through city streets with ease, yet still offer the thrilling ride of a sporty car when the pedal hit the metal. So there you have it, the AMC Hornet SC 360, a compact car with a big punch. Moving on to our number 9 spot, we have the Buick Apollo GSX. This gem from the 70s isn't your average run-of-the-mill car. Oh no. The Buick Apollo GSX was a performance-oriented version of the Buick Apollo, packing a punch that would make even the most hardened car enthusiast sit up and take notice. Now, when we talk about muscle cars, there are some names that everyone knows. But the Buick Apollo GSX, it's a lesser-known contender that deserves its place in the spotlight. Boasting all the characteristics of a muscle car, this beauty was built for speed and power. Under the hood, it housed a beast, a machine that roared to life at the turn of a key. But it wasn't all about performance. The Buick Apollo GSX also had style. It was a car that turned heads wherever it went. The Buick Apollo GSX, muscle and performance, all bundled into one. Next up, we have the Plymouth Cricket. This compact car, produced by Plymouth, a division of Chrysler, was often overshadowed by its larger siblings. But don't let its size fool you. The Cricket packed a punch in its own right, offering a comfortable ride and reliable performance. It was the little engine that could, proving that good things really do come in small packages. Now it's easy to overlook these lesser-known vehicles, just like the Cricket was often passed over for bigger models back in the 70s, but that's why we're here, bringing you the stories of these unsung automotive heroes. If you're enjoying this journey down the memory lane of the 70s car scene, why not hit that like button and subscribe to the channel? By doing so, you'll keep the engine running on our trip into the past. The Plymouth Cricket, a little gem that deserves more attention. Coming in at number 7, we have the Pontiac Grand Am. Now, this wasn't just any old car. Introduced as a mid-size vehicle, the Grand Am had a distinctive style that set it apart. Its design was a breath of fresh air in the era of boxy vehicles. It was like a rebellious teenager, refusing to conform to the norms, and that's what made it so appealing. The Grand Am was not just about looks, though. It was a performer, too, boasting a variety of performance options that car enthusiasts could only dream of. Imagine yourself cruising down the highway, the rumble of the engine in your ears, the wind blowing through your hair, and the envious glances of other drivers as they take in the beauty of your Grand Am. That was the kind of experience the Grand Am offered. It wasn't just a car, but a statement, a symbol of defiance in an era of conformity. But enough about the Grand Am, let's shift gears and move on to the 6th car on our list, the Mercury Montego MX Brougham. Now, if the Grand Am was the rebellious teenager, the Montego was the sophisticated adult. This mid-size car from Mercury had a focus on comfort and luxury that was unmatched. It was like a high-end hotel room on wheels. The Montego was the kind of car you'd drive to a fancy dinner party or a high-stakes business meeting. It was classy, elegant, and unapologetically luxurious. The plush interiors, the smooth ride, the quiet hum of the engine, everything about the Montego was designed to provide the ultimate driving experience. It was a car that made you feel like royalty every time you got behind the wheel. From style to comfort, the Pontiac Grand Am and Mercury Montego MX Brougham surely made their mark. These were cars that didn't just get you from point A to point B. They did it with flair, with elegance, and with an undeniable sense of style. They were, in every sense of the word, true classics. Halfway through our list at number 5, we have the Oldsmobile Toronado XS. The 70s were a time of innovation, and the Toronado XS was no exception. This personal luxury car took the world by storm with its front-wheel drive layout, a rarity in a time when rear-wheel drive was the norm. Imagine the feeling of the road beneath you as you sat behind the wheel of this beauty, the power of the engine humming through the chassis, straight into your hands on the steering wheel. The Toronado XS provided a unique driving experience that was smooth, comfortable, and yet full of the raw power characteristic of the 70s. But Oldsmobile didn't stop there. They ensured that the Toronado XS was not just about performance. It also boasted a sleek design and a luxurious interior, making it a car that was as enjoyable to look at as it was to drive. Now let's rev up and shift gears to our number 4 car, the Dodge Dart Sport 360. This compact car was a force to be reckoned with. It was the embodiment of the adage, "Don't judge a book by its cover." From the outside, it may have appeared like any other compact car of the era, but under the hood, it housed a powerful V8 engine. This engine wasn't just for show. It delivered an impressive performance that left many of its competitors in the dust. The Dart Sport 360 was a car that demanded respect on the road. Its rumbling engine was a clear signal to all that it was not a vehicle to be trifled with. The Dodge Dart Sport 360 proved that size wasn't everything. It demonstrated that even a compact car could pack a punch, and boy did it pack a punch. From unique driving experiences to powerful engines, the Oldsmobile Toronado XS and Dodge Dart Sport 360 brought it all. They were shining examples of the innovation and power that defined the vehicles of the 70s. Moving into our top 3, at number 3, we have the Ford Maverick Grabber. This feisty little number was more than just a compact car. It was a statement on wheels. With its bold graphics and audacious styling, the Maverick Grabber was a car that dared you to ignore it, and many found they simply couldn't. Born out of the Ford Maverick line, the Grabber was the edgy, sporty cousin that wasn't afraid to stand out from the crowd. Featuring a distinctive hood scoop, racing stripes, and a deck lid spoiler, the Grabber was all about visual appeal. But it wasn't just a pretty face. With a powerful V8 engine under the hood, it packed a punch that could leave many of its competitors in the dust. The Maverick Grabber was a car that didn't just turn heads, it spun them right around. It was a car that said, "I'm here, I'm bold, and I'm not going anywhere." And it lived up to that promise in every way. But let's shift gears now to number 2 on our list. Here we have the Chevrolet Vega Cosworth. While the Vega line might not have set the world on fire, the Cosworth version certainly sparked some interest. Why, you ask? Well, it's all about what's under the hood. The Vega Cosworth featured a Cosworth-tuned engine. Now, if you know anything about engines, you'll know that Cosworth is a name that carries some weight. The British engineering company has a long history of producing high-performance engines, and they brought all that expertise to bear on the Vega. The result? A car that offered vastly improved performance over its Vega siblings. It had a twin-cam, 16-valve, 4-cylinder engine that could push out 110 horsepower. That might not sound like much today, but back in the 70s, it was enough to get your heart racing. Performance and style, the Ford Maverick Grabber and Chevrolet Vega Cosworth had it all. And finally, at number 1, we have the AMC Matador Coupe. This mid-size coupe from American Motors Corporation, or AMC as it's more fondly known, is an absolute gem from the 70s. The Matador Coupe stands out with its distinctive design that became more pronounced and unique in its later years. Its sculpted lines and bold styling were a departure from the norm, giving it a unique place in automotive history. Now let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've taken today. From the sporty AMC Hornet SC 360 to the luxurious Mercury Montego MX Brougham, from the front-wheel drive Oldsmobile Toronado XS to the powerful Dodge Dart Sport 360, and finally to our number 1, the AMC Matador Coupe. Each of these cars holds a unique charm, a testament to the innovation and creativity of the 1970s. So there you have it, the top 10 lesser-known cars of the 70s, each with their own unique charm and character. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane, and until next time, keep cruising.